it's almost slumping.
Yeah.
Going back to, there was a Barcelona win against Galatasaray. Um,
Mm.
Barcelona almost, obviously the first leg was goalless, and then Barcelona uh, was trailing.
Actually, after the like first 20 or 30 minutes of the first leg, I was actually curious about the coach. I googled him and
Of
I
course.
found that he was actually the assistant of Pep Guardiola in Barcelona, probably,
Yeah.
right?
It's,
uh, and yeah, uh, he's doing probably pretty good job until yeah, they were undefeated in the first 7 games, but there weren't any they were not actually doing well in the league. Probably they were probably 10 or 11 at the right now. But in Europe they were actually doing well. There were some like Dutch players, like Dutch loanies from Wolves. There were loanies from Wolves and some other English clubs, and
Watford.
also
Yeah.
Watford. Yeah, also some ex La Masia graduate, or like this guy actually impressed me a lot. Artoklu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good player. Yeah.
he was. Is it Artoklu or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
Pronounce Am I pronouncing
We
well?
could be wrong too in terms of pronunciation, but that's what I thought
Yeah,
too. Um, but yeah, coming back to Xavi and
but
Barcelona.
he was actually brilliant against Barcelona. But whenever he actually getting the ball, he was actually making all sort of damages and messing the defense's shapes. Also, they had to foul him some point. He was brilliant actually against Barcelona, like the both in the both leg. But what made actually different actually, like when they considered the first goal,
Mhm, mhm.
they sort of knew like it could happen. They took it so normally. It's like a part of the game, and they played like they continue to play it, what they're playing, even like a little more intensity, uh, and that's why actually the second goal came, and sorry, the second goal of the game from Pedri came, which was an equalizer, and it was unbelievable
Mhm,
how he
mhm.
did it. Like he went past one defender and then he waited and make a dummy and got past another one, and then he waited again and got past like a make a dummy, and then he shoot. It was
It
unbelievable,
was almost
almost
like a
like
pass.
yeah, exactly. He was like passing the ball into the net.
Yeah. No, he is as cool as I was going to say. You know, he's cold. I think I've written that somewhere after seeing him coming back and watching him. He's kind of a mix of Xavi and Iniesta. He's not exactly one of them. It could be a mix of this and this. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he has this head like Xavi, but he plays like Iniesta a
and a
little bit,
bit of
but
Riquelme too.
Riquelme, more like Riquelme actually, but without temper or anything.
Yeah, 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 exactly. But yeah, coming back to Barcelona, and they have a lot of weapon, and one of
Yeah,
them coming from Arsenal himself is Aubameyang. He couldn't stop. No, 7 goals in 7 games. I think last 7 games.
yeah, we had our doubts on him.
Yeah, like yeah, what a player he's turning out to be. But Barcelona, I mean, obviously has huge game in this weekend, but
Yeah,
right now they're
actually, the whole week they have this.
yeah,
They have
exactly. And game after game, each
yeah,
time, although you could argue that the previous 4-0 win was against Osasuna, but the way they play right now, there's almost a signature right now.
Yeah.
There is almost a
I I think like last two games they had some sort of mistakes. For example, um, Pedri and Frankie De Jong. Mostly they are playing these two players, and they were actually like yeah, it's good to get yourself get some sort of bodies in front of the box, but they were actually receiving the balls. Like for example, Galatasaray did not have like to make some sort of effort to um, pressing
Mhm.
press in the midfield because they were already in the box and they can actually easily press. So like they these two midfielders when they're mm, um, more up from up in the pitch in the final third, um, and there were some gaps with them and Busquet, and that was actually causing the whole problems with Galatasaray because um, when you are receiving the ball in the final third, you don't have much time to make shift or something like that. And but whenever they are playing closer together, like going to the attack or coming down together, and that this trio actually was making more sense than like putting the bodies in the front. So this could be the problem because these players has like this intensity. How can I say like a um instinct to go forward. Like Frankie De Jong took make a great movement in the first half, but he could not actually had this finish in the second half. In the end, but in the second half he was kind of playing a little bit down, and that's why he actually made it makes more sense. And when Gavi came in, because he was running everywhere, basically, so that was also causing the problems like if you the main how can I say, you talked about the identity before. I think the identity actually came from this sort of things, like this players, this trio playing together with
and
Busquets.
just to point out here, when Dani Alves is in the team, especially in the La Liga, he's not in the Europa.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Team looks very different because Dani Alves right now, if you see, he doesn't play on the wing like Dani Alves of old. He's almost
Mm.
like on the half line always. He's
Yeah,
either a half line and he's blocking any kind of counter attack on the
yeah.
on that side, almost on the right side of the pitch from Barcelona, to block and help Busquets out and also press on that area. He's not going on the flank that he used to be, like old Dani
He's
Alves.
not the overlapping defender anymore. But I think it's because of the age and also like he kind of create
And
like a
exactly, and the experience too, and he has
yeah
a vision.
uh,
He's almost like an additional uh, playmaker.
yeah, like a defensive midfielder, like it's almost create like a two v two shape and
Exactly.
stuff like this.
And when Dani is not there, obviously the last game Dest was injured. It's a
Yeah,
big blow because Dest was playing really well uh,
yeah,
for the last few games. um, that team looks a little different without Alves.
yeah, of course. And but with Alves, sorry, with Dest, it's they have some sort of like attacking support in the right, so they don't actually go through the uh, uh, left anymore. And also like when if you remember like when Dembele was playing, Dembele is more like an inverted guy, not like Adama Traore, because he
Adama is
runs
more
straight.
outwards.
Yeah, yeah, he runs more straight, keep the width, and let everyone in and make those defensive lines like squeeze a little bit and make some sort of gaps for Dest to play. So yeah, it was a different game. Like, but Dest can adopt both the movement, like an inverted movement, and also like he is good in both feet, which is also a plus point for Barcelona.
Yeah,
So, but with Dembele, he can actually go overlap and sometimes
yeah,
make some sort of
that's a
cross.
twist I was just looking at, and I thought, that that's almost done in a way that you like normal layman audience doesn't realize. But if you look at the twist and slight adjustments of Javi, it's been good. And I think in Europa League it is getting more tightly contested because of certain adjustments and the
Yeah,
teams.
there were also brilliant coaches playing there, and who does not actually have chances probably, except for Borussia Dortmund, I would say in the league. So this is the all they have actually. So they are going kinds of like all in situations.
Yeah,
So
the other big game I want.